Hey there boys and girls, Skillfaggy here and welcome back to another Battlefield 4 video on Battlefield Sunday. So in this video, this gameplay basically, was the first time I used the M40A5 after all the changes. Keep in mind, at that point I haven't played for 8 months straight, no Battlefield 4 at all. I did miss all the velocity changes, the zeroing changes, the rate of fire changes, the what else is there, the magazine changes. I mean, the magazine change was quite obvious, and the bullet drop also seemed kind of, so I knew something was off, but I wasn't completely sure and just rolled with it and tried to make it work. So, if this gameplay seems somewhat weird to me, to you, and not kind of on par with my usual M40A5 gameplay standards, it's probably because of that. I haven't played in a while and they changed lots of stuff, which, again, I already talked about that in the last video and it kind of annoyed me because the M40A5 in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 were basically the same, and it was possible for you to just like transfer all your skills over. I mean, if you're already a good sniper, you can just like transfer them over anyways, but it made it just so much better. And again, I already talked about it, and I know I was a little ranty and I did not mean to offend anyone and just like sound like again ranty or just like I was moaning about everything about Battlefield, but it's just my opinion and what I think is wrong with the game. And since I'm kind of a sniper person who sniped in all the Battlefield titles quite successfully and also in other shooters, I always feel that I am kind of in a position where I think that my knowledge or my experience might be helpful or again just contribute to the conversation. Especially more than compared to someone like Level Cap who isn't like really good at sniping. And again, if he would suggest something that would like change sniping or the mechanics of it, it wouldn't be quite as valuable as again information just like mine. And don't want to like brag or talk down Level Cap or anything or just like brag up myself. It's just that I feel like again any other sniper who is somewhat potent with a sniper rifle would be in a better position to make calls and again suggest changes basically. But again, I'm not here to go any further into that because I made already 2 videos on that and I actually only wanted to make one. The other one I actually only did because Kaif had some nice stuff to say and also asked me to give my 2 cents, kind of, so I basically did, kind of, again. But yeah, this gameplay right here on Parasol Storm is actually one of the, again, Parasol Storm is actually one of the few maps that I do like for Rush in Battlefield 4. There are not really that many that I think that actually work for Rush. Most of them, again, I'm sorry, I keep saying negative things again, but yeah. The M40A5, basically my favorite rifle. And I think that most of you guys already know that, especially if you have been following me for quite some time. And it just always fit my playstyle. And this is actually what I wanted to talk about when I was saying that I wanted to talk about the M40A5 in the next video. But then again, I made the sniper nerf video and I talked a little bit about the M40A5, but about sniper rifles more in general. And again, today in this video I want to talk a little bit more about the M40A5 specifically again. So, as I said, the skills that you had with it transferred straight over from Battlefield 3 to Battlefield 4. I was already using it in Battlefield 3 pretty much exclusively after I've got accustomed to the suppression, all the other stuff and changes that they made, so that I was able to use my aggressive Recon playstyle. And you guys know that I'm very, very aggressive. Not stupid, but very aggressive and objectively orientated when it comes to just playing the game mode and even killing enemies. I prioritize my enemies in a way that my teammates would have an easier time moving up to the MCOM or something like that. That's usually what I play like. And of course, if you're at the front lines and you're up close and playing the aggressive Recon playstyle, you want to have a high rate of fire and you want to have a very high or just a high magazine capacity. So of course, because of that, the M40A5 with its 10+1 rounds previously and its 60 RPM or rate of fire, or better said 1 second rechamber time, was perfect for that. It was one of the fastest rifles when it just comes to rechambering the bolt and just getting next bullet ready to kill the enemy. And you also had enough bullets to just like make a clean or quick follow-up shot, or just to clear out multiple enemies when you had to. At the other hand again, since the bullet velocity or the muzzle velocity was at 480 meters per second, I always felt like that, even though it wasn't quite as high and not as accurate and not as good as the M98B or the SRR or something like that, I was still able to effectively counter-snipe enemy snipers or recon players up to 800 meters with it, because I just had it down by heart. And I really got sad in this gameplay because I went back and I mean, I was doing good. Like, I know how to play Battlefield, that's not the point of it, but it felt weird. Like, I know something was off, though the bullet drop, it didn't seem right, it just seemed so inconsistent, and again, this is a general problem for me with Battlefield 4. But I really don't like changes, and I felt like they made it now so that all the sniper rifles are closer together and they're not really distinguishable anymore. And I had quite the conversation in the comment section on another video about that as well, and that you like shouldn't claim something that you make for a game because it's realistic, and on the other hand then just leave other realistic parts out, because that doesn't make any sense. If you want to do something like that and just say it's because of that and that, you have to be consistent with it and go through with it. So if you say it's realistic that you cannot rechamber as fast, you also should be realistic in the damage model so that the sniper rifle kills in one hit. But again, the stuff like that, realism isn't always making lots of sense when it comes to just like straight out gameplay mechanics, because that's not the real world, it's a game. So you should basically make it fit for the game and not for the realistic aspect. And that's also I don't get. Like, many people are always like about on Battlefield being a realistic game. It's really not. I mean, the bullet velocity is somewhat realistic from the mechanic, but just like from the actual numbers, those bullets are super slow, especially sniper rifle bullets, dude. But yeah, just my 2 cents on everything. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and like Skillfaker out.